What if the parts of yourself you have been hiding are actually the keys to your greatest power? Confront your shadow.
Have you ever completely lost your temper over a minor passing comment? Someone says the wrong word or looks at you the wrong way, and suddenly you are boiling with a frustration that feels entirely out of proportion to what just happened. The Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung observed that we are rarely reacting to the present moment in these outbursts. He pointed to the shadow, the unconscious vault where we lock away all the parts of our personality that we deny or decide are unacceptable. Think of the shadow as a heavy, invisible bag you drag behind you every day. It is packed with your disowned traits, the anger, the selfishness, the jealousy. And because it sits right outside your conscious awareness, it often dictates your behavior without your permission. Today, we are going to open that bag. I will walk you through your first 4-step shadow work journal session so you can uncover exactly why certain things trigger you. To do this, you need a pen, a piece of paper or a journal, and about 15 minutes of quiet, uninterrupted time. Mentally, you need to bring a specific, recent annoyance to mind. More importantly, you must agree to approach this exercise with unconditional self-compassion. The inner critic has to wait outside for this to work. When we bring this hidden material into the light, we stop our psychological baggage from operating on autopilot. Let's get started. Step 1 is identifying the trigger through projection. This is a defense mechanism where we unconsciously take our own buried traits and cast them onto the people around us. There is a reliable rule of thumb here. If a specific trait in someone else severely irritates you, there is a very high probability that exact quality lives inside your own shadow. For this first practice session, pick a mild to moderate annoyance, a coworker who interrupts, or a friend who boasts too much. For now, steer clear of severe traumas or deeply abusive situations. Here is your first prompt. Write down the name of the person who recently triggered you and the specific trait that caused the annoyance. Pause the video here and hit play when you have logged it. Now that you have named that external trigger, you have a specific coordinate to help you map a blind spot in your internal landscape. In step 2, we shift our focus inward. Take a look at the specific trait you just wrote down. We are going to turn our attention away from the other person and trace that quality backward in your own timeline. We push these specific traits away during childhood to stay safe or to fit into the rules of our family and our culture. If a trait threatened your sense of belonging, you likely locked it away. As you look for that moment, try not to overthink it. Just let the very first memory that surfaces come to your mind. Here is prompt number 2. When was the first time you were told this specific trait was bad? Who told you to hide it? Pause the video, write down the details of that memory, and come back. Placing this trait in its historical context begins to untangle the knot of shame you've been carrying. Seeing it as a necessary survival tool helps you look at yourself with the neutrality of a historian rather than the judgment of a critic. Step 3 is dialogue. We will use a technique Jung called active imagination. It is a method for speaking directly to the unconscious subpersonalities operating in your mind. Reframe this quality as a wounded protector, a part of you that developed a specific defensive habit to ensure you were never rejected again. I want you to visualize this specific disowned trait sitting in a chair directly across from you right now. Give it a shape, a posture, or a voice. Here is your third prompt. Ask the trait sitting across from you, what are you trying to protect me from? Let your pen move automatically with whatever answer arises. Pause the video and write. By establishing this dialogue, you begin to bridge the gap between your conscious and unconscious mind, turning an old trigger into a piece of information you can actually use. That brings us to step 4, integration. This means reclaiming the energy of that exiled trait so you can put it to work for you in your daily life. Every trait has a practical application when used with awareness. Repressed anger, once acknowledged, can become the ability to set healthy boundaries. Exiled selfishness can transform into vital self-care. For your final prompt, write the statement, I am, followed by your trait. Then, identify its potential superpower.
Pause the video, write this down, and hit play for the final step. Now, look at that final statement and read it out loud to yourself. Pay attention to your body as you say it. Notice if the physical tension in your chest shifts as you stop fighting a piece of yourself. Claiming your shadow in this way changes the internal dynamic. You are beginning to break a cycle of self-sabotage by finally standing on the same side as yourself. Look down at your completed journal entry. In just a few minutes, you have traced a confusing external trigger back to a reclaimed piece of your own history. The next time you interact with the person who originally triggered you, you may find the emotional charge has faded. It dissipates because that person can no longer hold a mirror to a part of yourself you refuse to see. Keep in mind that shadow work is a lifestyle of self-inquiry, not a one-time fix. Keep your journal ready for the next time an unexpected reaction catches you off guard. By repeating this 4-step process, we take the power away from everyday annoyances and use them as stepping stones toward becoming a more authentic, whole human being.